A happy holiday Monday to you, and welcome to Lansing, Michigan for Michigan State and New Mexico. It is our Campfire Cast coming to you on this MLK Monday, a day full of hoops at all levels. I am Marsh. I am joined on my SimWorld Today co-partner, one Rick Blaze. Hey Rick, how are you? Good to see you yet again.
Marshmallow, we do this again on MLK Day. Happy holiday to all you folks. Even if you don't celebrate holidays, it has to feel good to have a day off from the man. Let's get to the game.
Well, we've got two teams that are kind of going in two different directions. Michigan State, winners of 4 in a row at 9-6, and New Mexico, losers of 2 in a row at 9-6. We're going to start in lineups, then we'll get rolling. Start with the visitors, New Mexico in the backcourt. It is Draco Whitford, it's Ireland Early on the wings, Damari Gay and Tayshawn Hutcherson, and underneath Taz Cooper. Meanwhile, for Michigan State, their backcourt, Jai Edge, Jadrian Ellis, their wings, Devontae Millsaps and Caden Randolph, who's going to foul here on the big man in the middle for Michigan State, Malcolm Chamberlain. A lot to unpack, Rick. Let's start on New Mexico's side. 3 guys that can light it up. Taz Cooper, Ireland Early, Damari Gay. But they've struggled as of late to find a guy that kind of fully can take over. None of the 3 have really shown that ability just yet.
Yeah, those guys are kind of, they do well in spurts. I think the word that we're looking for as far as New Mexico offensively is consistency. So which one of these guys, we thought maybe it was Early. Also, Gay does his thing. But the thing is, we're looking for New Mexico consistency, and they haven't been able to do that offensively yet this season. They have time to turn around. By the way, Marsh, side note, Malcolm Chamberlain is not the kind of guy I would want to meet in a dark alley anywhere.
No? Not somebody you wanna run into, huh?
Not at all. Anybody with dashiki on his head, I don't want no problems.
One of the bigger guys in college.
For Martin Luther King Day, we'll take it.
Jai Edge Taz Cooper. Checking out some of our AI technology we're implementing. Gives you the name on the jerseys. Ireland Early buries that triple. The man with the basketball. So we're using AI as everyone else is and give you a little idea of who's got the basketball every single time they touch it. Here is Caden Randolph. He's been hot as of late. Caden Randolph, a couple big nights, a runner or in contention for Player of the Week last week. For Michigan State, as they've been really good. There's Jai Edge burying a triple, much needed. He's had a rough go of it as of late.
Yeah, that's a big 3 by Michigan State's Jai Edge. He's trying to get his stroke back in this game this evening, or this afternoon, I should say.
He's had a bit of a wild move around basketball as a triple there from Gay won't go. You talk about a guy that was at the G League, then the G League disbands, so SimWorld U grants him the waiver despite the fact that he's no longer an amateur, which I think is a good move, but hasn't really had the type of career I think many people probably expected of him when he was at the prep and high school level, when he was one of the top recruits of the nation.
Absolutely, he did start off very much so as a highly touted recruit, and then he kind of got lost in the sauce with all the different G leagues and this league and playing there, and he's found his home here in Michigan State, but not quite lived up to the billing or the high profile that he had coming out of prep basketball, and it happens sometimes with more players than people like to talk about.
What's the way to kind of get a guy into his comfort level if you're playing there and you're whether it's a teammate, a coach? Yeah, it's just not really playing all that efficiently as the jumper goes there for Devontae Millsaps.
Well, you want to find a way to give a guy easy buckets, wherever that is for him. Maybe it's a layup, maybe he's a good free throw shooter. You want to get the confidence. You'd be surprised how much better you are when your confidence is up. And so a lot of these guys, they go from being the man on their high school prep team to being one of the guys. So now you're not getting 20 shots a night. You're not getting 20 looks a night. You might not even be starting. You might be coming off the bench getting 5, 7 looks. Or maybe the coaches want you to play defense. So you have to find ways to get guys' confidence up, whichever way that is. That's the job of the coaches to do that. And confidence goes a long ways, not only for your team, but for the players as well.
Cool triple. There is Jai Edge, his second 3 of the half.
His confidence looked up today.
That's kind of, we get a timeout from the Lobos. It's 10-5 out the gate, Michigan State lead. We'll take a step aside. We're coming back here, East Lansing, Michigan, on MLK Day. Camp Darkcast.
My experience with SimWorld Sports has been absolutely amazing. It's one of the most realistic, hands-free esports universes that I have ever seen. I love the fact that you can see a coach, you can see a player go right from the preps all the way to the pros here at SimWorld Sports. And I must say that it might be one of the most immersive things that I have ever been a part of. 24/7 media coverage. You get a chance to see live games. You get a chance to see live runs. It is clearly just an amazing thing to be a part of. And so if you are a sports fan, if you are a former athlete, if you are a role play gamer, if you like to get into communities that you love, then SimWorld Sports is for you. See the game, be the game.
We're back in Michigan State. East Lansing, Michigan is Michigan State trying to keep their winning streak rolling 4 in a row here on the Campfire Cast as they take on New Mexico. And a hot start from Jai Edge, a pair of triples already. And Sparty on top, 10-5, slow start for New Mexico. It's going right so far. And how do you buy 3 minutes and 13 seconds? 10-5. I mean, you're not freaking out right now on the New Mexico side.
Yeah, not 10-5. Like it's 6. We just got started, so it's cold, right? And what people don't understand is you got to work up a good sweat on the basketball court, especially in these cold atmospheres. The gyms are cold, and then outside, of course, it's cold. We in Michigan, for crying out loud, it's snowing. So, no, you're not freaking out, but you don't want this to get too big of a lead because you don't necessarily have the firepower to come back from, let's say, 12 to 15 point deficits. So you don't want to get it too big. But no, we're not. They're not panicking now. No, sure.
This is, I mean, if you're Michigan State, though, you gotta like the start. This team's kind of been leading by defense. The fact that you're getting some offense going is almost like finding kind of not fool's gold, but just a good opportunity for them right now. The fact that their defense is normally gets them going, they've started off pretty well offensively.
Yeah, but if you're Michigan State, you've seen this movie before. You started out good before and came out flat afterwards, right? So it's like, all right, let's just keep our foot on the pedal. Let's not think about it too much because we've been there, done that, and we came up on the short end of the stick.
Mexico trying to get rolling. The guy they need to get rolling is Ireland early. He's a lot of foul called.
Oh, we missed it.
Arnta Millsap's called for the foul. That's going to send Damari Gay to the line. Do you like having 3 guys that could score? Would you rather have kind of like a singular star or 3 adequate scorers?
I do believe in running a dictatorship, not a democracy. I like 3 guys who has the potential to score, but usually I'm going to delegate the pecking order of which, right? and unless you go into instances where somebody gets hot in any given game, one of those guys can take over and be that guy. But typically going into the game, you already know who the guy is, and the other guys kind of feed off of that and get theirs when they get a chance to.
Certainly in need of finding some type of down. We don't have any scoring outside of one triple. There's a clock inside. I mean, that's the only thing I don't like about this start from New Mexico. You got one made field goal, another triple, and Jai Edge has got 3 of them.
Yeah, he got it stuck in automatic right now. Y'all might want to go out there and hold Jai Edge. I think he's going to have a big game if you don't.
Oh, lost from the spotlight. There's the rising up, and that's going to be Ireland early. He's got all 5 of New Mexico's non-free throw points. The corner 3, and there's the dunk trying to get him freed up. I feel as if that's really where Ireland early operates most efficiently. He doesn't have to be. He's not a on-ball creator. He's more of a play through the rhythm of the game. I think he's a guy who probably goes mid-first round, but if you could put him next to 2 stars, I think that's what he really is going to find.
All right, he kind of reminds me of a Rip Hamilton-like off-the-ball movement. He's a spot-up shooter. Not going to do too much with dribbling with the basketball, but get him on some pin down, get him on some flare screens, get him out in opportunities to shoot the ball. I like the fact that he's putting the ball on the ground. A lot of the times he becomes a one-dimensional type player where he only just shoots the jumper. Those guys know you can shoot. Go ahead and give him a pump fake, give him a dribble or 2, and get closer to the basket.
Really, I mean, a ton of passes right now by New Mexico, but none of it has really created any type of flexion of the defense. So that's a tough
shocked your draws.
bucket.
They shocked your draws.
Well, I mean, look, I'm going to take, if I'm Michigan State, I will take that 3 from Hutcherson after the offense did absolutely nothing for 35 seconds because of the offensive board. I'm going to take that because I'm saying, New Mexico, you're not getting into the paint. You're not even crossing the 3-point line. You're just chucking it around the perimeter and hoping something finds an opening, and there's no openings.
This is true.
Like, at least in that possession, you're Michigan State, you break the paint, and you make a move, you're Jai Edge, you say, okay, we like that, we can get a look from there. That one left wide open. You cannot leave Ireland early wide open.
Yeah, and too many times for New Mexico, Ivan Early has showed up late with his scoring, but he's on time today.
Got a miss there inside. That is Jai Edge. But after with 3 triples, you can't get things rolling. A little 2-3 zone action from Michigan State as they're trying to force New Mexico to shoot. What's your opinion of the zone, Rick?
I think the zone is as good as this. The zone defense is an IQ defense. If you have smart players who understand their assignment, the zone can be very effective. If you do not, the zone is going to make you look real silly really fast. So I think the zone is the zone works best for players who have good, smart defensive IQs who knows their assignments and to know where to be and disciplined in basketball. So it's good for some teams. It's terrible for others.
It's a team that it doesn't work for. Like, name a team, not just saying a team that doesn't have high basketball IQ, but give me a team that you don't think could run the zone.
New Mexico.
You don't think New Mexico could run the zone?
No, they shouldn't be running the zone.
Why that? You don't think there's intelligence on that side of the ball?
I didn't say that. I said as a team concept IQ, I don't think they're in that echelon of discipline and knowing their spots to comfortably. Now, some teams have to play a zone because if you don't have one thing about man is if you don't have the quickness outside on the perimeter, then the defensive guys are getting cooked. So some teams don't have a choice. Hey, we don't have the smartest players defensively, but we also don't have the fastest teams either. So we have to run. A team like Princeton does a good job running the zone.
I think you look at Michigan.
They run
State
man
right
as well, though.
Michigan, not the best on the attempt there.
That was terrible. Who was he? Was he throwing it to me and you? Who was he throwing it past to?
I think he thought he could both alley-oop and score at the same time. I feel like Michigan State's a great example because the last time they went out of the inbound underneath, they went to the man, and it ended up with a wide open bucket, getting beat up.
Zone. Still out the zone. That was a good reaction IQ play. Again, zones work great if you have high IQ players on the team on defense, it doesn't work too well. Like that example. See what I'm saying? Terrible zone possession.
That's a great take inside. That's Shamar Word coming off the bench for Michigan State. But come on, I mean, Rick, how many times do we have to be concerned? Ireland early, that's 3 wide open triples right now for him. He has been fantastic.
Yeah, he's making it count. He struggled a little bit, but he's making it count today. So adjustments has to be made. So we're going to see what the coaches do at the next time out on both sides, because obviously the way that the game is going, the first team that can start D'ing up might can run away with this thing.
Well, that's going to get first free throws here for Sparty. They try to get rolling. Reminder, we need to get to 50 viewers across all viewing platforms, and there's a 5,000 EM giveaway coming your way if you do that, so make sure you're staying tuned in. You're getting everyone tuned in. Thank you to everybody who is tuned in across all of our viewing platforms. So you're enjoying the start of a holiday afternoon here on SimWorld TV. Appreciate you doing that. Always a great time.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining, right? You know, you can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us, and that's what counts.
But the thing is, they can be both, right? They could be anywhere in the world plus tuned in. And that's a great technology of today.
This is true, Marshmallow. You can be anywhere in the world and still be with us. He finally missed it. He finally missed it. That's Michigan State gonna do better than that. You're gonna close out on Ireland early. At least have somebody dedicated to him, because he's gonna make it look bad if you keep giving him no shots.
Good take inside, a little celebratory hands up in the air there for Michigan State. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the problem that we've seen with this zone right now. Is this left Ireland early? Even Damari Gay had a couple really good looks at a three-pointer earlier in this game. So you're shutting down good pass to the rim, but so far New Mexico making them pay for it in terms of three-point shooting. And that's the positive of the zone. You kind of force them into where there's all this help and you run out of time to shoot the ball.
And also what a lot of teams get in trouble with the zone is in transition. Because you have to break the zone, you have to know that you need to get into man to stop somebody, to stop the transition basketball, and then good three, and then go back into the zone once the cavalry comes. So again, zone works best for really smart IQ defensive teams.
Shamar Word the triple as we continue to just get a 3-point shootout so far in this one. Right now, 4 of 6 is is New Mexico, and then 4 for 4 is Michigan State. We get a foul called on Gay. So combined, let's do some math here, folks. 8 of 10 between the two teams. And 24-19 Michigan State advantage. You like that, Rick? Math. On the go math. No one did that for me. I did that myself.
Hey man, you started 2025 off really good, man. I'm proud of you.
I know. I can do math. I can do 2 sets of numbers. Like, it's not just 4 plus 4. I had to do 4 plus 4, and then I had to do 4 plus 6, and then I had to combine them to give you the statistic. I mean, that is tough. I tell you what, Einstein. I think Einstein would struggle with that type of.
Hey man, you doing that's like the 3 R's: reading, writing, and rum shaking.
And reacting, because I had to put it out there. 4 R's. I mean, please.
Of course, writing is with a W. I was trying to be funny. Somebody was not going to catch it, so I went ahead and bailed everybody out.
Guess who did not catch it? Your co-partner in the booth. So you got me. You got me. All right, 24-19, Michigan State rolling, first game and only game here on SimWorld TV. Triple Damari Gay will go. I beg your pardon, that's Ryder Delaney. That won't go for him. So unless you're Ireland early on the New Mexico side, 3-pointers not falling.
Yeah, don't shoot it then, that's what he's saying. He's trying to say if you're not Ireland early, don't shoot the 3.
I mean, you can. It might not be a great idea. That one looked like it was kicked ball, but ball is going to head back to the Sparties anyway. Out of bounds it goes.
I think the ball got kind of wet, some sweat or something on the basketball. They need to get that cleared up.
grab a mop and show them how it's done.
No. I don't get paid for that.
What do you get paid for then?
We can't talk about those things on air, Marshall.
Is there a federal agency that might be interested in knowing more?
If you ask me if I pay my taxes, Marshall, of course I do. I pay extra.
That's not how you make money. You don't make money off of not paying
taxes.
You don't make money off of not paying taxes. Could find out top note triple to go. Offensive board, Malcolm Chamberlain. 8 minutes. Here comes Shamar Wood. And Shamar Wood rolls. 7 points. Where's the defense inside on the pick and roll from New Mexico?
Have we confirmed if Chamberlain is in the fruit of Islam FOI or not?
You mumbled all over that one. All right, we're taking a timeout. We're just coming back to it. 26-19. I beg your pardon. We're going to stay and remind you. Follow everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can still follow on TikTok because that thing came and went and came back in. So give us a follow on all social media platforms. And of course, make sure you're tuned in on
We're on Christian Mingle too.
You might be on Christian Mingle. I don't know if the league is on Christian Mingle.
Well, if I'm on Christian Mingle, then the representation of the league is on Christian Mingle.
Yeah, but is your Christian Mingle username SimWorld 4K? I don't know.
It's something similar to that. It's something else 4K.
Oh, let's not go that direction. Remember, there could be live EM giveaway. We need to get to 100 viewers. That big part, 50 viewers, and you get plenty of stuff. So, I'm sorry, I can't read, folks. That was the old way. We got a new way. Depending on the number of viewers we got, times that by, see, look, I did my math, and I'm good for one math moment a day. It was 4 plus 4 and 4 plus 6. The new math moment is we are doing a giveaway. It's the number of viewers times 100. That's what we're doing for EMs. So make sure you're tuning in. We'll do the EM giveaway later on today for this MLK Day celebration. So make sure you're staying locked in, and we'll be doing EM giveaway later on in the broadcast. New Mexico down by 7 to Michigan State here in East Lansing and make it 5.
Good shots, a good flow to Michigan. New Mexico needed that bucket. They did get a stop right here too.
They've not been getting very many of them. Shamar Wood, Jai Edge getting rolling. Jai Edge, though, cannot make him inside. If he's out top, he's good. He's trying to take defenders off the dribble, and he has found no room to operate. Back in that zone. Looks like they've switched it over to a 3-2. They were initially 2-3. Another miss. New Mexico has just not been able to find the answer to that zone.
Good back door. Yeah, New Mexico is one of those teams that they have to rely on their perimeter a lot, and guys they don't have really like inside presence offensively that they can consistently go to. You see my man just went inside and just passed it back out. He didn't want none of that smoke. And so that's what the challenge is. That's what the challenge is going to face, especially come conference play. They want to hold on to that 15 ranking. They're going to have to be a lot better and a lot more efficient offensively.
Yeah, Michigan State's looking like the team that should be ranked right now. I mean, offensively, they've been really good. They've struggled at times, obviously, but today they've done a good job of getting to their shots. New Mexico kind of has looked like the one out of rhythm.
Yeah, so far, I agree. Good block by the FOI affiliate, Malcolm Chamberlain.
New conference play starts up on Wednesday, Rick. Anything between these two teams, which one do you think has the highest ceiling in their respective conference? Mountain West, New Mexico, Michigan State, obviously in the Big Ten.
I think they're both in trouble.
In trouble?
Yeah. I don't foresee New Mexico keeping this number 15 ranked too much longer. As a matter of fact, here's a hot take. I think the top 3 teams, there's going to be some shakeup within the next couple of weeks.
Somebody's going down?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've been sitting on their keisters for the last month and a half. I would assume.
Yeah,
it'll be
it's gonna
interesting to see
show.
what they look like with their rust. Tips around. We're gonna get a jump ball here with 5:31 to go in the opening half, and that is going to be possession for Michigan State. Which do you got to pick on which one of those top 3 teams is gonna fall out?
I'm gonna save it for the show. I do have a pick.
Duke, Alabama, Kentucky are our number 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, I'm gonna save it for. You want to know what my pick is? Tune in on Wednesday. Blazing takes for my pick on which team will be dropping out the top 3 very, very soon.
What time does that show come out on Wednesday?
4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock my time, Central.
4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Mountain on Wednesday. Let's see here. It's a great time to come out. I mean, so you're saying one of the top 3 teams, you're going to get put to the test pretty quick because come Wednesday afternoon, Kentucky, Alabama, both in action. So we will
And then, you know,
on
and
the
I'm going to reveal which game it's going to be too. So it could vary. I'm not going to say here, but I'm going to give you no pun intended. I'm going to give you the skinny on who's dropping and when are they dropping and who's dropping. You go all in mine.
So we get these coffee breaks from Skinny. Why isn't it called What's the Skinny?
Get that skinny though. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got Rick Blaze, so Blazing Takes. I mean, that makes sense. I don't have a really great name to do something, but why did, I mean, come on, branding opportunity here. Why is coffee break? Anyone can have a coffee break. Not everyone can say, what's the skinny? And it's the dang name. I mean, marketing 101.
That's true. Maybe that's not the vernacular or the slang that he uses from where he's from.
What? He doesn't say, what's the skinny?
I mean, not. He may say, "What's the deal, pickle?"
You know, some people like pickles, so maybe I'm not saying he has to use it. I'm going for like marketing opportunity. Coffee break. Everybody has a coffee break. Everybody does a coffee break. But you've got name brand recognition right off the bat. What's the skinny? I mean, that's to me. Missed opportunity. Not missed opportunity.
Sound like you want a percentage, Marshall.
Yeah, I already trademarked it, so that's mine.
So now Skinny gotta come see you if he wants to use What's the Skinny. Way to go, good friend.
Yeah, I take everybody's attention. I think what could be a great name, I trademark it, and then I tell them this could be a great name, and then when they try to use it, I'm like, actually, that's trademark infringement. You know, boom, profit. Pretty genius.
Capitalism at its finest.
Capitalism, you betcha, baby. That is what we are built on. Built on over here in the States. All right, New Mexico, the offenses for both squads kind of deteriorated after that red-hot start, 30-22. Three-pointers not falling as fluidly as they were earlier. Here's an opportunity to get that rolling again, and we will. Triple by New Mexico. That is Amos Palenge. Triple to fall. The Democratic Republic of Congo native. All right, we got a timeout on the floor. We're going to step aside. It's 30-25, Michigan State on top here at home.
Lựa thương條khổ Lựa thương條khổ ว่าถอยเลยแม่งเมืองเหล่าสิว่าเลือหล่อจำอย่าปักว่าเลือจะเห่าแซ่เลือเทวอ่ะว่าถอยเลือเลือแม่งเจ้าว่าละมวยอ๋อนะอังมอหรือปล่อยจุดแม่ขอเทียมโมกไอ้กอพ่อนะว่าจ่อเซ็งแซ่ซาจับหัวมีไก่วงห้วย
Welcome back to East Lansing, Michigan. Michigan State on top of New Mexico.
East Lansing get the money, baby. East Lansing get the money. Let me get some shout outs, Mark.
Go for it.
Shout out to Justin Zane. Shout out to Pinker, Coach Pope, Kai Killings, Coach Braden Berry. Shout out to Jay Midoriya. Shout out to Cam Jones. Shout out to who else we have in here? I don't want to miss nobody. Monte Parsons. Shout out to my guy Monte Parsons. Shout out to Deontay Porter. I want to give a shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for staying locked in, for tuning in on this holiday game. Right? We're here, baby. We're here.
We are. And we appreciate you tuning in on all platforms, whether that be IG, whether that be YouTube, whether that be Twitch, whether that be
Christian Mingle,
and Rick's friends.
There you go.
Rick, I feel like you would succeed well over on Farmers Only too.
I agree. Send me the information. I'm gonna see what's up.
That's it. Farmers Only.
Farmers Only?
You don't know Farmers? Come on. Big Blitzkrieg. Speaking of marketing, Farmers Only.
Alright, I'm on that.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Oh. Come on.
You sold me more. I'm getting Farmers Only. Coming soon. The one and only Rick Blaze at Farmers Only. Do I have to show like a picture of a pig or something? Does that help?
You better be a farmer. It's Farmers Only, dude. You gotta be farming. I don't know what to tell you. You better know how to, hog tie some cattle.
I can milk a cow.
Alright, there is the bucketing side as Michigan State pads their lead back up 2-5. Devontae Millsaps. Talk about some high-profile names. Ireland Early, Jai Edge, Malcolm Chamberlain. You could add to that list. Rick, what's the hardest part of going from being a top recruit to playing at the next level and being successful?
It's mentally staying sharp. I believe that because you get a lot of hype, you get a lot of people that want to validate you early on. You are the man, and you come into these college programs and realize you're not the biggest fish in the sea sometimes. So to stay mentally locked in and mentally sharp, or even if you are the biggest fish in the sea on the campus, you still have to improve because the SWU are full of big fish that competes every single night. So I think the mental aspect of the game is probably just as important, maybe even more so important than anything else. The guys who become the best, when you talk about your Kobe's, when you talk about your LeBrons, when you talk about your Michael Jordans, what separates them from other guys is not only their skill set, but their mentality, which is the biggest divider. That's what makes the biggest difference between a guy who's pretty good and a guy who's pretty great.
I think Michael Jackson would have been a top-tier hooper.
Yep, I think Michael Jackson went top 10 anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything?
Top 10
Big
anything.
net to cast.
Joe, with a father like Joe Jackson, no doubt.
Triple there won't go. Malcolm Chamberlain, who else
He
on
was,
the
oh
board?
my God, he was just mugged on that play.
Chamberlain is a beast among men, coming in at 6'11", 240 pounds, foul call there on Alaya. That's going to send New Mexico back to the free throw line. They've really been much more efficient getting to the stripe than Michigan State has been in this one.
Chamberlain also does not eat swine. For those who were wondering, no, he does not partake in the swine.
What? What are you talking about?
Chamberlain, he doesn't eat pork.
Doesn't eat pork?
No, he doesn't eat pork.
It's a little surprising for Michigan. I feel like that'd be a pork city or a pork state. You know,
if you're part of the fruit of Islam, you can't partake in pork. Marsh?
Is it valid? You know what? It's a fatty meat. One of the fattiest meats out there, so I don't blame him. I'm not a pork guy myself. Not religiously. I just don't love it. Free throws fallen for New Mexico. They're now 6 of 8. Look at that math.
Who got him? He got him.
And that's Shamar Wood. Shamar Wood, beg your pardon. He got 9 points now in this one here for the Sparties, who are up 5 here. 10 seconds to go in our opening half. Pelenge trying to hold, gets it inside. That's Damari Gay. Can't get the bucket to go. They can push. They won't. Chamberlain's heave will not fall. It'll be well short. And that's our half. 36-31. New Mexico trailing on the road. Big first half from Jai Edge with 13. Shamar Word with 9. And Sparty looking for win number 5 in a row over New Mexico, Rick.
Yeah, New Mexico coming out a little bit on the flat side, like a soda that's been sitting up on the cabinet way too long. Jai Early's leading Michigan State with 11 points. And New Mexico side, you got Jai Edge with 13 points. But he's not getting much help from anyone else. I'm sorry, Michigan State, Jai Edge, and New Mexico has Iron Early with 11 points. Besides Iron Early, he's the only player for New Mexico in double digits. The next person is Palenque with 5 points. They got to do better offensively if they want to win this game and keep their ranking alive.
Early sitting in the top 25. Seems unlikely. Sparty on top at the break.
Yo, turn me up a little bit, huh? One time for your mind. Let's go. Man, hold up, it's your boy Pretty Ricky. On this freestyle, putting it down for my city. About to get active, about to get some action. Hit the Galleria cause I live high fashion. Might hit the Zara, might hit the Louis store. Then hit the Golden Goose. Shh, if you know, you know. Never mind, I be dropping jewels like a 3-year-old. Call a Big Rod cause I need some smell good, bro. CB4, rappers be looking like Chris Rock. Big flop, instead of writing rhymes, you on TikTok. Mic drop, hit the paint hard like a body shop. Seen something pretty, circle back through the parking lot. Gave my salutations, she gave me her number. We hooked up for dinner. I began to wonder what we doing after. She said, I don't care. I said, cool, I got a brand new bonnet for your hair. It's going down. It's going down.
See the game, be the game.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Welcome back to East Lansing, Michigan, where shooting start for the Spartans has them at 36-31 here over number 22 ranked New Mexico, not number 15. The Tech team will be updating that one for you. Michigan State on top thanks to a good first half from Jai Edge, who's been playing well, but really Shamar Ward 9 points off the bench for Sparta in this one. That's a solid bet.
That's the problem with New Mexico there, and you just saw it. They need more Gay. Gay he's not having a good game. Chamberlain's doing a really good job of following him. He's 1 for 5, could make that 1 for 6. He's just chunking at it right now. He's more efficient than that, but Chamberlain isn't allowing him to be like that so far in this game.
Hell of a sentence you put there. Bucket inside for Caden Randolph. He had a slow start after a couple good ones earlier last week. He's got 4 in the game. It's a 7-point lead. Michigan State hasn't been able to get this thing to double figures. Have been able to get this into about the 7-8 range, but getting past that, New Mexico is held strong. They need to find something besides Ireland early to get rolling in this one.
Agreed, and they're trying to get Damari set up. Chamberlain's doing a really good job of playing really good defense on him. He can't get loose so far.
What I don't like about that possession, Rick, is they just gave Ireland early, who's your best three-point shooter, a grenade at the end of the shot clock. I mean, you want to talk about a way to get your best guy out of rhythm? Give him the ball with 2 seconds to shoot, and he's got to chuck up a contested 3. I mean, he had a great first half, Ireland early did. 3 of 4 from deep. But now you're giving him the ball with just a complete no-win opportunity for him. And you're risking taking the one guy that's been efficient completely out of the game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'm sure he let his teammates know about it going back down the court for sure as well.
I mean, come on, if you're going to have somebody chuck one up, I get that you want to have a good three-point shooter, but keep the guy in rhythm a little bit. I mean, or at least try to get somebody else. I mean, Anthony Durham, 2 of 7. Damari Gay, 1 of 5. Tyshawn Hutcherson, 1 of 4. Taz Cooper, 0 of 7. They've done nothing except get free throws, which they now have made 7 free throws, and Michigan State's only been to the line twice. That's the only advantage that New Mexico has.
This is what you need to do, those free throws. Get to the line, get your rhythm together, try to get some confidence up. That's going to be big for Gay if he wants to come up big today. I don't know why you want to say tonight, right? Today. It's a daytime game.
Yeah, it sure is. It's light out, but only for another about 5 minutes up here in the.
Oh, good. Oh, my God. He went slid. He's safe. He went sliding into the front row. Didn't know New Mexico had a bobsled team. Jeez.
Great. Out of bounds. That's Draco Whitford taken for a spin by Johnny Edge.
Can we get a replay of my man sliding into home plate?
Ugly.
He's going to be on top 10 this week. I got a feeling.
I mean, that's top 5, right? That's a top 5 play.
That's top 5, yes. Yes. He's my early nominee for number 1. Number 1 in the hood. He's my early nominee. Wow. What a play.
Also a baseball star today. Spring ball starting early here for Michigan State. For New Mexico at Michigan State. First thing you do, figure out how to slide.
Oh, man. That was the best. I wish C.J. Stroud knew how to slide like that. That's the problem. He need to come show C.J. Stroud how to slide.
Penalty if he slides like that.
Oh my gosh.
Pull-up jumper, giant. I mean, what are we doing there, Rick? Why are we not making that a layup? Why is that a pull-up jumper from Giant and not a layup or at the least a float?
That's a good question. We'll try to ask him the next day ball and see what he says. Oh, give me that!
Deep triple. There it is. Draco Whitford trying to make up for that tumble on the opposite end.
And he ain't making up for that.
Back to a 3-point game.
No, that is what that is. He ain't making up for that.
At this point, you're just trying to make sure that the salt doesn't enter the wound with a loss. You're trying to rally your squad back here for Whitford. Free up edge. He's been great from deep. He continues to be cold, though, in the second half. Foul called by Millsaps. Keep an eye on that. That is his 4th foul. We'll see if he stays on the floor. That's a timeout, though. We're going to stick right here in East Lansing. A 40-37 advantage for the Spartans. And remember, we've got our game of the week, the California-LA battle on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Part of a ESPN triple SimWorld US Conference play begins on Wednesday. That's a Pac-12 showdown between the two teams there. And of course, we're coming back on February 1st with the Canada Flight Tournament head north of the border. That all starts with local streams at 8 a.m. Championship game at 2. The biggest names in all of high school hoops here at the SimWorld Prep arenas across the country. That's the Canada Flight Tournament. Michigan State, though, and New Mexico going at it in a good one. Ireland early, trying to keep New Mexico in this thing, trying to find some support, but it's been Jai Edge, and it's been Shamar Word for Michigan State carrying the offensive workload.
Yeah, and this is the closest New Mexico has been in a while, within 3. So they want to get a bucket here to trim this lead to 1 and have a chance to take the lead finally at some point in this game.
I mentioned they fell down by as many as 8. Haven't really fell down by much more than that. They are now within 3, although their defense for Michigan State's quite good.
Yeah, Michigan State's playing really good defense. Draco
Whitford can't get back to go. Would have tied it up. He's got 1 3, almost a backfoot. Maybe not the case for the Jai Edge.
I think that was a backfoot, but that's a little home cooking right there.
Malcolm Chamberlain gets the offensive board. Tough angle for the putback. Good defense. Inside by Damari Gay. And running the good block from Chamberlain. That's the type of guy you want anchoring your defense, right?
Hey, if the Lions played defense like this, they would have won the game.
Texans played defense like that, they would have won the game too.
Marsh. We can't beat 30. We only supposed to play 11 on 11, not 14 on 11. We were playing 14 on 11, Marsh.
Yeah, well.
Use your mouth.
Someone's gonna win. Just saying, you guys have the opportunities.
If the Jaguars had a new organization, maybe they would win.
Hey, maybe new head coach. Well, definitely new head coach coming soon. We'll figure out who that head coach is.
I need new head coach, new water boy, new cheerleaders, new uniforms. I need new everything. I would just want to rinse that stench off for the last umpteen years and just start a brand new.
They got to bring back the original uniform. Draco Whitford to the rack won't go. Good defense there. Jadrian Elia should bring back the original Jaguar.
The Mark Brunell unis.
Yeah, Fred Taylor uniforms. Here's the floater. Look at that. A little adaption from Jai Edge. Last time down, he decided to pull up. This time he goes to the floater. Nice adjustment and leads back up to 7 here for Michigan State.
Anytime New Mexico gets close, Michigan State goes on a run.
I mean, that's a sign of a good basketball team. You know that the run's coming. You want to answer it. Game of runs, obviously, is to keep your heads to the ground.
Those are some ugly shoes. Those look like the Marshmallow 9000s. Those shoes.
marshmallows. What's up with that?
They were like marshmallowy color.
White?
Yeah, they were like whitish, almost like ash. You know, when you start burning the marshmallow, kind of get between that white and brownish type color.
I think we've had this debate before. Are you a burn the marshmallow guy? Remind me.
Yeah, I like my marshmallows Cajun.
Just burn them up, huh? You don't like them crispied?
I like
Just
my
golden
marshmallows.
brown?
I like my women.
Burnt. Got it. Jack Edge to the paint, tries the floater again. That won't go. Malcolm Chamberlain, offensive board. He's been doing a great job, Rick, offensively of keeping these possessions alive.
Yes, he has been. He's been hitting the glass heavy and often. Oh, good late.
That's a tough buck. I mean, I think that's what, if you're looking at Jai Edge, you're saying, okay, what convinced me to take this guy? That right there is why. He's got 21 points now. He's been fantastic. He's a great offensive piece. That's why you want Jai Edge on the basketball team.
Yeah, he shows flashes, but he hasn't been consistent. So with Jai Edge was showing up to the game, today we have the good Jai Edge. Tomorrow we may have Jai Edge. Can you put it together for an extended period of time? Can you bring it? He got the flotation device out today for sure, but can you be consistent every time down? That's what Michigan State is still waiting for from Jai Edge.
Ooh, man! Taz Coop, big slam. I mean, can you attribute any of that inconsistency, just trying to figure out his spot after going off to G League, or is that kind of?
No, you're a highly recruited prep player. The team and yourself know exactly where you stand with this squad. So no, I don't. We're not giving those excuses. We're not coddling. He just haven't been getting the job done. Period. He is tonight. He is today, though.
He is 23 points. Out of bounds, another Malcolm Chamberlain block.
Hey, Marsh, once we get to the SWU, the pacifiers come out the mouth.
We stop babying him. Got it. Noted.
Yeah, every tub got to sit on its own bottom.
9-point lead, the largest lead of the game here for the Spartans. And early says not anymore. Where are you taking Ireland early if you've got a chance to draft him? How high?
Second round.
You're not taking Ireland early in the first round?
No.
And why not?
Because he's showing at this point in his career he's a one-dimensional player offensively. Spot up shooting. I would like to see him put the ball on the ground a little bit more. If he can show that he can put the ball on the ground a little bit more and not just come off a screen, a la Reggie Miller, that was cool, but we need a little bit more of that. See, he's fantastic with it. But if he can show me a little bit more to his game offensively, then he can sneak in the back end of the first round. But for me, he's a high second round pick.
Say I would go a little bit higher just because of how dominant of a three-point shooter he is. I think he's more of a 20s. If you take him high 20s, you might be. It's probably the front end of his range, but I would say 20s. If you take him higher than that, you're really projecting him to be.
But if you're looking at the rankings, now the example I'm about to give, he decided to come back. But before he decided to come back, the high 20s is where you have a DJ Childs ranked at. You taking early over DJ Childs?
Yes.
Boy, you crazy. Boy, you crazy. You must have burnt your marshmallow.
You mean the DJ Childs that's shooting 30%
for clarification purposes. You're taking Ireland early over DJ Childs?
Didn't you just ask this question and I just said yes to it?
I must have had a sugar daddy in my ear. I must have heard it wrong. I want you to answer it again.
I would, because DJ Childs has not really shown a great ability this season. He's shooting 30% from the floor. What are we debating?
I mean, he's had an ankle injury all season long, so you know you're not getting 100% burden of DJ. Don't act like he hasn't put it on the court already in SWU the last season. Like he hasn't ball. Like you haven't seen him ball out. He's still playing fairly well. He's not playing DJ Childs level, right? But don't act like he don't have tape that says I am who I say I am. You taking early over DJ Childs, who is coming back to Alabama next season. We know that, but you taking him over that is is asinine to me. That is wild. That's a wild statement.
I have been a apologist for DJ Childs, and not to the level you have been, but I have certainly been a let's give him credit because his ceiling is such that you would, he's shown that to be high. The problem is an ankle injury shouldn't make you shoot 50% from the free throw line. An ankle injury shouldn't make you become a bad shooter. Now, if we're talking shoulder, wrist, I gotcha. But the shooting percentages are just so far down. That's my concern with DJ Childs.
Marsh, we're gonna just move. We're gonna just agree to disagree, because you're on one right now, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because it's MLK Day. I don't know what's going on, but right now you're not making much sense.
What does MLK Day have to do with anything?
I don't know. Normally on Mondays you have a good sense about you, but you're out of your wits right now. So the only thing I can think that's different than every other Monday is today's Monday. It's MLK Monday.
I'm just saying I like that at least Ireland Early's been a consistent shooter, and I'm not saying DJ Childs can't get back to that level. I think there's question marks about his ability, out partially due to this ankle injury, but I don't think that you become that type of a shooter. Why don't you give it to him real quick?
And one trick.
Thank you. You don't just become a bad shooter overnight, and that's kind of what DJ Childs has become.
Marsh, you're a hater.
I am not a hater. I've said
you're a
multiple
bona fide hater. We're gonna rename your show.
Go for it. What are you naming it?
Huh?
What are you naming it?
The Marsh Hater Hour. The Hater Hour.
The Hater Hour.
The Hater Hour.
But that doesn't work because at least with the skinny example is it's using the guy's name in the title.
Your name is not Marsh Hater.
Inside and a good bucket inside that gets New Mexico every time. Michigan State ready to pull away. New Mexico bouncing back. They haven't been able to get all the way back, of course.
But they don't bounce back enough. They just do a little bit to get within striking distance. They haven't crossed over to Jordan yet. I'm waiting for them to cross over to Jordan. Do they have enough to cross over to Jordan, Marsh?
What is a Jordan?
It's biblical. Don't worry about it. The more we get into these weeds,
all this religion knowledge dropping. We take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout too. We'll come back 55-48.
Let me explain to Jordan to you during this timeout.
Michigan State on top.
Tune in to No Missed Calls after every live stream where you can hear unfiltered analysis of what went down.
Welcome back to Michigan State University in East Lansing, Michigan. Chilly outside, heating up here as we enter the final 9:35. New Mexico trailing 55-48. Jai Edge has been the SimWorld TV player of the game, more than 20 points for the Spartans thus far, with some support from Shamar Word off the bench for Sparty.
Yeah, New Mexico's in. I don't like their body language. I don't like the way it's looking for them right now. They need some buckets in a hurry, or it's going to look real bad. They reminded me of that young lady who's just a tease. You think they talk a lot of game. It sounds good until it's time to show and prove, and then all of a sudden they remember they have a child at home.
That is a heck of a story you are spinning over there, Rick. There's a foul call that's going to send Millsaps to the line. Michigan State is not taking many free throws, so a welcome opportunity. I don't know what they feed guys up here in Michigan State, but between Devonta Millsaps and Malcolm Chamberlain, these guys are massive kids. Golly.
Yeah, I think Chamberlain, he eats mussels for breakfast. He just eats protein shakes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like there's like 1 to 0% body fat on that young man. Obviously, lifting weights and working out is part of his repertoire. If he doesn't make it to the league, he definitely has a shot in wrestling or a strongman competition or something like that.
You would think. I would think, yeah, you throw him in there. 6'11", 240. Anyhow, Michigan State on top, 56-48, under 9 to go on this MLK Day. The lone broadcast of SimWorld U tonight.
3 ball.
There's a corner 3. Early's got another. Ireland Early, to me, I think his floor at the next level is as a 7th or 8th man. I mean, like, that is the very bottom of it. I don't know that his ceiling is much higher than the 3rd best guy on a contender, but he's a guy that I think is, you know, at the worst, he's going to be your 7th man, 2nd guy coming off the bench, spacing the floor for your stars.
Yeah, I think I've seen. Yeah, he's kind of like an Eric Gordon type comp for me.
Sure.
Bonafide shooter.
And Eric Gordon was peaked as, you know, 3rd, 4th best guy in Houston and Los Angeles, I would say.
Yeah. Him and Ben Gordon as well. Bonafide shooter. They can get hot. They can really make you pay. But they're not going to give you much off of the dribble. 1-2 dribbles max.
Right.
But if you need a guy to spot up and shoot the 3 and make the 3, he's your guy.
Almost like a JJ Redick type of guy as well. You know, when he gets open for 3s, it's a bad look for the defense. But he's going to be dangerous out there. He should be a starter, right? Your 4th, your 5th best guy in your rotation. But
I think he's better off the bench. At the next level, you're talking about an Early. I think Early is out. You let him come off the bench, 6-man. Let him cook offensively against a 2nd unit and see if he can put up 20 points in a hurry.
You know, I actually really wouldn't mind that. I think that in today's SWBA, it's interesting that 6th men are almost always like equated to being a scorer. You know, like a Malik Monk, a Lou Williams, a Jordan Poole when he was in Golden State. Guys that just like Jordan Clarkson, who just step up and like score, but that's kind of all they offer you. That's not really what Ireland Early's game is, but I think he's a guy that you can slot in on a roster from we're contending to we're tanking, and I think Ireland Early is a great piece on any one of them. And so long as you've got, you know, a star of some kind, you could put Ireland Early at the 2, the 3, maybe a small ball 4. You don't really want to do it too much, but at 6'5", I mean, he's not going to get overpowered consistently at the next level. I think that's where you're looking at with Ireland Early.
That's not bad.
And to me, that's why I think I would want him in the 1st round. Mostly because if I look at Ireland Early and I say, I know I'm going to get a good basketball player, right? I'm going to get a guy that's going to give me somewhere between 9 and 14 points a game. Okay, he's going to hit 2 to 3 threes a game. He's going to take 5 to 6 a game. And he's going to hit in that, you know, 39 to 43%. If I know that's what I'm getting, which in the current league is a $16 to $22 million guy, depending on the team and the peak of that, to me that's a late 1st round pick, not a 2nd round pick. 2nd round pick is a guy that I think is overly flawed in many ways, but doesn't do a singular thing great. And Ireland Early does a singular thing really, really great.
I just think I have a higher expectancy from my 1st round picks, and I think you have a lower floor for the 2nd round picks. My 2nd round picks, once you get like the first 5 picks in the 2nd round, those guys could have easily been slid into the back end of the 1st round. It's not until you start getting to the middle of the 2nd round, you start talking about guys that has major flaws, and you take in a chance on to hopefully they pan out. But a first 2, 3, 4 picks in the second round, it can easily be, depending on the team, because it have easily been in the first round. So I think he slots there for me. I love him. I love him in the second round, the first 2 or 3 picks. I just like him in the first round. That's the difference.
That's fair. I'm just saying. I mean, what are you expecting to get out of a late first round pick? Just in general, what are you expecting to get?
So I'm looking for a guy who can come in and possibly work to be the starter, either day one or in a very, very near future. And I think it's also a guy who does a few things really, really well for my team.
And I think all of that defines Ireland early, in my opinion. Does a couple things really, really well to me. That's shooting, and that's defense. He's a solid defender. He's not a great. He's got flaws, which I think you are correct on, obviously, and I think that's why you're not looking at a lottery pick. But he does one thing at an elite level, and to me, that's the guy that I want in the first round, because I don't think that in the second round many guys are going to slide that far that are going to be elite at anything. Malcolm Chamberlain runs to the rack. Like here's a good example. I think Jai Edge is a second round. Because he has these peaks, and he's got very high peaks, but his valleys are so low that it makes me concerned. Ireland Early's valley just isn't that low. And to me, that's why I don't think we'll see him go into the second round, because I think teams are going to say he's a sure thing in whatever that we need him to be. Maybe it tears up a little bit, but for the most part, we know essentially what we're getting out of him, and that's not going to get him out of the first round.
Yeah, so to your point, I think there's different variations of that statement. Keep those same guys as an example. I can see a GM drafting Jai Edge in the first round, late first round, because they say, hey, he's probably a second round grade, but he has first round talent. And some GMs are going to take a chance on that talent, because if you get the best of Jai Edge playing to his best of his ability, he's a borderline lottery pick as far as talent is concerned. So a GM can say, back in my first round, I'm going to go with the guy who can be a steal in the entire draft. I take a chance on him in the back of the first round.
Yeah, I mean, and tonight has been, outside of that last 3, Jai Edge showing that ability to be a first-round pick. I mean, he's been awesome on the offensive end. And I mean, if we're being honest here, we are about as close to splitting hairs as possible. You're saying you'd take Ireland Early in the early second round. I'm saying I'd take him around 21 to 22. That's a separation of 10 picks. That's not a big difference. That's essentially saying the same thing. I think that essentially ends up being a difference of opinion of what are we taking. In my opinion, late first round. If I'm a contending team and I'm picking late in the first round, I'm saying, okay, I'm taking what is the most positive thing I can get. Second round is when I'm kind of saying I'm swinging a little bit more. If I'm a GM, I'm saying second round, I want a guy that's got super upside, but there's some major concerns. There's a reason he's here. But I want the guy that if I hit, I'm hitting in a major way. I don't know that that's how a lot of GMs approach the second round. I think some of them go that route. Some of them go, well, what's the guy that can actually step in and be productive in some capacity?
Right. I agree. And like I said, it depends on the team, the needs, and the GM specifically. New Mexico needs this guy, Cooper, who just missed his first free throw. The last game I called and he played really, really well. That hasn't been the case tonight. Today, Michigan State has played really good defense. And if you're New Mexico, you might want to get to this run. You have 3:54 left to make something happen. You're looking like that tease. You're looking like that tease. And this loss will drop you out of the 25, my friends. I guarantee you.
Yeah, this would be a tough one. I mean, it's your last non-conference game of the slate, so you can give yourself an opportunity. Here's Shamar Ward Berries. He has been fantastic. The feed from Jai Edge is Shamar Ward. Another great afternoon. I beg your pardon, that's not Shamar Ward. That's Jadrian Elia who hits the 3. But still, the guard bench pieces for this Michigan State team have been fantastic.
This guy's been a low-key player of the game for Michigan State. The FOI alum, which is Malcolm Chamberlain, the guy you don't want to meet in a dark alley, 2 hands like his mama taught him.
Malcolm Chamberlain approaching a double-double. I think he's got it already. 6 blocks on the night. He's got 4 offensive boards. He's now at 9 points in the afternoon, 9 boards as well. So he's trying to rack up what would be huge double-double for Michigan State. And he's going right at. I mean, look, congrats to you if you're Taz Cooper and you say Malcolm Chamberlain's got 6 blocks tonight. I'm still going to try him. And he goes right after him. 4th foul here, but a 13-point game with 2.5 left might be enough to put this one on ice.
Yeah, Max Cooper going to put his whole upper body on ice, too, after battling with Chamberlain for an entire game. Look, they needed Cooper to have a big game. He hasn't had that offensively, and you can see the score. They needed Gay to have a big game. He went at Chamberlain. He didn't have it offensively. Chamberlain locked him up. So you see it's showing at the scoreboard. So those 2 guys, we talk about the 3 scores for the team. Ireland really has done his thing, his part, but you needed Gay and Cooper to step up offensively, and they haven't done so much to the chagrin of Malcolm Chamberlain, who has denied everybody who came in there thinking they finna get some free cookies.
Yeah, quiet night. DeMar Gay does have a double-double, but it comes on 3 of 11 shooting, 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Taz Cooper, meanwhile, up to now 6 points. He's gone 1 of 13, Rick. He has really struggled against the size of Malcolm Chamberlain inside.
Put it up, Gay.
Gay gets that one to go. That's going to push him to now 4 of 13 on this afternoon. Just not really, Rick, the performance that we expected from New Mexico, but it has been a performance that's indicative of where they've been the last 2 weeks. They've lost 2 in a row. This one's going to knock them to 3 in a row. And we talked about it right off the bat. 2 teams headed in polar opposite directions, despite each being 9-6. New Mexico trending down with those 2 now 3 straight losses. Michigan State trending up with what will be their 5th straight win of the season, as they're going to move to 10-6 on the cusp of conference play in the Big East, or excuse me, in the Big Ten.
And shout out to Michigan State, who came here today and wanted to make a statement on the 22nd ranked team, and they did. They made a very good statement. Step back action. That's like the Jay Williams step back jumper right there. They made a statement today saying, hey, we belong and we can play with these guys, and they're going to take New Mexico out of the top 25. And I'm sure Michigan State is looking at it like, hey, we might deserve some recognition being in the top 25 ourselves.
Well, look, coming off the bat, we talked about the Big Ten is a very deep conference, and I think this week is going to confirm that. I would not be shocked if we have 6 teams, with Rutgers joining Michigan State in the top 25, assuming Minnesota, who's 24, stays in it. But this is a deep conference, and then right behind that, you've got Ohio State, Illinois, Purdue as the 7, 8, and 9 teams, and I think you can make a case for all 3 of them, especially Illinois.
Oh my gosh.
Big triple goes. You can make the case, Big Ten, best conference in college basketball.
That's a crazy statement, but it's not an unfair statement. Those guys in the Big Ten has been playing some good basketball from top to bottom. I do think you're going to get, come hoops theory, you're going to get some of those lower seed Big Ten teams making some higher seed guys look really, really silly come tournament time.
We picked it right now. I think we're looking at 9 Big Ten teams making hoops theory.
You think there's going to be 9?
I sure do. They got 6 that are going to be ranked. All right, that's our show. Michigan State takes 72-63 here on the Campfire Cast on MLK Day. New Mexico at 22 in the nation. They're probably headed out. Michigan State probably headed in with their 5th straight. All right, for Rick, Blaze, and our production team, we appreciate you tuning into this very special holiday edition of SimWorld U on SimWorld TV, the only place you can see the game, be the game.
Mexico.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.